that people can understand the meaning of the fight that we must wage so that Africa can really unite. We have been deculturized, they have come to impose a culture that is not ours. And I think that today, in all the horizons in Africa, we are coming back to our sources little by little. The culture in Africa is peace and tolerance. It is in Africa that we speak from tree to tree, where people meet to speak and communicate.
Hey guys, as you're watching this video, our vision is to reach 500,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button, join membership to support our channel, join Patreon and PayPal. All the links are in the description. Do that to stand with us for this beautiful cause of One Africa right now. We do not forget to sign up for the petition. The link is down below. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
To gather all the African countries here, it was a dream. The African youth who can meet and talk about the prospects of the future of our continent. I am really very happy to see you, and I can tell you that I love this youth who understood that he is waking up in our continent. Our mission is certainly difficult, but thanks to you, the mission is becoming easier and easier. We have to talk to each other, to become aware, so that everyone can wake up the consciousness of those who are still sleeping. We have a challenge, and I think that this challenge begins in education first. Many of you are leaders, entrepreneurs, opinion leaders in your country. You have to be able to pass the message, especially to the youngest, and that our educational systems change to take into account our real data and educate the children for the best. Citizens of tomorrow, make sure that the youngest and the elders who did not understand, that people can understand the meaning of the fight that we must wage so that Africa can really unite. We have been deculturized, they have come to impose a culture that is not ours. And I think that today, in all the horizons in Africa, we are coming back to our sources little by little. The culture in Africa is peace and tolerance. It is in Africa that we speak from tree to tree, where people meet to speak and communicate. But they introduced wars in Africa so that we can never sit down, discuss, speak, and think about the prospects of the future. But today, this day, all African youth meet in Ouagadougou. For hours, you will be able to exchange and plan something for the future. From this moment on, each of you is an ambassador to pass the message of the revolution, so that the youth can get to work, unite, and take their destiny into their own hands. There is no problem without a solution as long as we can sit down and talk. But there are also situations where we have to fight to bring back dignity and integrity. It is this fight that leads the Sahelians today against the international terrorism that has been imposed on us. We thank you all for the constant support towards our countries in this fight. You have spoken of inequalities that grow in Africa between the rich and the poor. I completely agree, and we are fighting that too. The rich become richer and the poor become poorer. It is unacceptable, because it is a system that has been created in most of our states, so that the richest are the ones who lead, in favor of these imperialists. And the poor always remain poor. This is what I called the Hitlerian policy. We must all unite so that these inequalities cease. Because in this union, personal interest is not the only priority. We must first see the collective interest. And it is possible. Here in Burkina, we are confronted with many problems in this fight. But we are going to lead it. The richest, who have enough billions, most of the time have their fortunes in the imperialist banks, but they have no concern for the poorest. We have launched the Patriotic Support Fund, where the poorest of Burkinabe contribute. We would have liked to see our billionaires come and contribute billions to save our country. But that is not what is happening. And when we do not launch in the same logic to give them all the markets of the state, they fight us. Last year, when I spoke with you, I said that I had seen bankers put a mechanism in place with the state to finance young people. But so far, I have not seen anything. We were forced, in a given month, to set up a treasury bank, very quickly to find a mechanism to support young people in their businesses. This is not competition with the private sector, but we must be able to fight inequalities. As long as inequalities are not fought, injustice reigns, poverty reigns, and insecurity will reign. Why should you communicate? Because it is they who hold the power of money. They will always try to manipulate young people so that we disappear. And today, in Africa, youth are starting to fight against corruption and certain deviations from good governance in their country, and we support them. You have to bring us, the leaders, to do the impossible for you. And we will have to find the necessary solutions. Otherwise, we will tell you that we are limited to such a place. And I hope we can understand each other. So, we have a common mission. Your mission is to bring us to be better so that the continent is better. And our mission is to put everything into action to exploit all the potential of our country, so that youth flourish. So I invite you to reflect on this subject, to make the right proposals so that we can together save our continent, Africa. And I know how to count on you to lead the same debates, the same reflections. And to finish, I will tell you, you have to believe in yourself. It starts with believing in yourself, believing in youth. Poverty is what made us understand, but the reality is that we are rich. Let's make sure that our wealth belongs to everyone, and that this youth can flourish, and that we have the security that we want and development. We can and we will win the fight. Good luck to everyone and good reflection. I wish you all the best in your country, and that the message that I gave you as an ambassador can continue to perpetuate in your respective states. Thank you very much. Thank you.
L'Afrique. Et je sais compter sur vous pour mener les mêmes débats, les mêmes réflexions. Et pour terminer, je vous dirai, il faut croire en vous. Ça commence par là. Croyez en vous, croyez en la jeunesse. La pauvreté, c'est ce qu'on nous a fait comprendre, mais la réalité est que nous sommes riches. Faisons en sorte que nos richesses appartiennent à tout le monde et que cette jeunesse-là puisse s'épanouir, que nous ayons la sécurité que nous souhaitons et le développement. Nous pouvons et nous allons gagner le combat. Bonne chance à tous et bonne réflexion. Et je vous souhaite donc bon retour à tout un chacun dans son pays et que le message que je vous ai donné en tant qu'ambassadeur puisse continuer à se perpétuer dans vos États respectifs. Merci beaucoup.